Hey, what's up YouTube? Luso here, Team D Plus Gaming. I'm here to give you guys my Harpie deck profile. This is going to be a rank 4 build. To me, that seems to be what is, or what I've been liking the best in the current format. And so I'm just going to jump right into things. First off, 1 Harpie Lady 1, 2 Cyber Harpie Ladies. To me, this is just a judgment call. Personally, I like this balance better. I'd much rather top deck the Cyber Harpie Lady than the Harpie Lady 1, but it depends what you have available to you. Either way really works, however you want to balance those two. Next up, 3 Harpie Channeler. She still adds a lot to the rank 4 build. Discard a Harpie card, special summon a Harpie Lady or Harpie Monster from deck. So I mean, she opens up your rank 4 plays and gets things going for you. Next up, 3 Harpie Queen. Discard her for the field spell, plus 1900 beater is really good. Next up, 3 Harpie Dancer. The rank 4 build does deal a lot with back row destruction, and so you want to have 3 Harpie Dancer in the deck. Just a really solid card. Next up, 2 Summoner Monk. Fairly self-explanatory at this point. Summoner Monk with Hysteric Sign equals broken, plus for days. Blackwing Zephyros. Again, self-explanatory. Reuse Hysteric Party and other things like that you leave face up. And then, to round out the monsters, 2 Sylphid. This guy I will explain, because this is something I hadn't really seen before, and to come across recently. So Sylphid is a fairy, which is kind of the only drawback about it. Otherwise, it's the Aqua Spirit of Wind. So with this, you can banish a wind monster from grave, special summon this from hand, and then it's got 1700 attack. If you have a Harpie Lady 1 on field, it goes up to 2k. So, really powerful in that respect. One of your biggest beat sticks in the main deck. The other thing with this is, if your opponent happens to destroy it by battle, which I don't think ever happens, you get to rip a card from their hand. So just another bonus. I mean, all around really solid card. It adds a lot of synergy and consistency to the deck. So I like having 2 of those in there. Next up, 3 Hysteric Sign. This is what makes this card makes the deck playable. If it's sent from hand or field to grave, you could add 3 Harpie Lady or Harpie cards from deck to hand during your end phase. Really broken. So many ways to abuse this card in the deck. Plus, if you activate it, you could add an Elegant Egotist to your hand, and Elegant Egotist from deck or grave to hand. And so Elegant Egotist, if you control a Harpie Lady, which they all are, you can special summon a Harpie Lady from your deck or hand, which gives you these 3 targets for that. So, really good card. Opens up Xyz plays. Next up, 3 Harpie's Hunting Ground. So, this is your destructive back row card. When a Harpie Lady is summoned to your side of the field, destroy back row. Mandatory effect. Wing Beasts gain 200 attack. So, with this guy, you get a pop back row all day long. Or if your opponent has a field spell, that goes by the wayside really fast as well. All the back row destruction you could ever want. Plus 2 MST. If the format shifts further away from like a back row heavy format, these will probably go to max Cs. But I mean, for now, 2 MSTs are great. Mind Control. Everything in this format seems to be a level 4 monster, so you can just use this without hesitation generally, and go into a rank 4 play with whatever you have in hand, monster-wise. Dark Hole rounds out the spells. It's self-explanatory. 3 Hysteric Party. This is Call of the Haunted on steroids. Discard a card, special summon as many copies of Harpie Lady from your graveyard as possible. They're all Harpie Lady in grave, so it works wonders. I use this instead of Soul Charge in the deck still. I mean, some people I've seen will go like 2 Hysteric Party, 1 Soul Charge or something, but I still like 3 Hysteric Party in the rank 4 build at least. Just because you don't have the drawback of missing your battle phase. You can go Hysteric Party for 5, don't have to pay the 5,000 life points, and still attack with your monsters. Just really good. The 1 Icarus attack, kind of your safeguard in case something goes haywire when you're summoning a monster, or your opponent's getting ready to attack over when you're Wing Beast. Use Icarus attack, take out 2 of their cards instead of just losing the 1 that you would have lost anyways. Trap Stun, just because it's awesome in the deck. You can activate Trap Stun and then go crazy with Hysteric Party plays and Harpie's Hunting Ground. And then your opponent just has to sit there and watch all of their back row slowly dwindle away without being able to activate any of it. It's great. Next up, 2 breakthrough skill. Just because you can take and discard this with Hysteric Party, it doesn't really matter. You can still reuse it. Or, I mean, if you want to keep your Harpie's hunting ground on board, and you have one of these set in your back row, you can just pop it anyways with the thing if your opponent doesn't have back row at the moment. And it doesn't really hurt you because you can still use it again soon. 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless, 1 Torrential, 1 Blackhorn, 1 Solemn to round out the traps. I like Solomon here just because I'm not running Soul Charge at the moment, and so with that, you're not really trying to conserve life points for Soul Charge, and so generally you'll have the 2,000 to pay for Solemn, and it just really helps shut down your opponent. Next up, moving on to the extra deck. First off, 1 Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon. Just a really good card. 3 wins to make it attack directly. Can't keep your Harpie ladies from being destroyed. 1 Alter Luminescent Knight, redirects targets. Regna Zeros, draw power when your opponent's manipulating attack. Arc deals with monsters. Black Ship also deals with monsters. Ice Beast Zero Fane, skill drain for the board, and then takes and increases attack to ridiculous amounts, which is great. He also negates the effects of Spell and Trap as well, of your opponents, which is important to keep in mind. Diamond Direwolf, Spot Destruction, plus you don't have to use him, you can use other Winged Beast monsters you currently have on the field as the tribute on your side. Lightning Chidori, Broken, XYZ. When it's summoned, target a face-down card your opponent controls, especially if you have like Trap Stun going on. It's great. Send it to the bottom of the deck. Detach 1 to target a face-up card your opponent controls, return to the top of deck. Exciton blows up the board. Maestro is a solid first turn play. Otherwise, it's generally not something you want to Book of Moon, per se, but it's a good stall card. Evolve Chain, Foolish, or top deck something for the following turn. Really, really solid. Degusto Emerald, this guy, to me, is awesome in the deck, because you can take and make him with relative ease, reuse 3 of your Xyz monsters, shuffle them back to your extra deck, and then draw a card off of him. So, there's really no downside when you take and get to choose 3 of your Xyz monsters to reuse, and then draw a card. That's really good. Abyss Dweller, shuts off graveyard effects, Cowboy, Burn for Game, and last but not least, Rhapsody Berserk. This is one of the few decks that I like him in. The double DD Crow is nice, but the fact that in this deck, you are taking and doing lots of Xyz plays, you'll commonly do 2 or 3 Xyz in one turn, and so then you have the target to equip him to afterwards, because otherwise he's not a very a solid monster to keep on your field as a monster after you use his double DD Crow effect. But you have the targets to equip him to in this deck, especially. So anyways, guys, this is my rank 4 Harpie build. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will try and get back to you. Otherwise, we hope to have more deck profiles for you in the coming weeks. So it's Luso, Team D Plus Gaming, signing out.